What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. Hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today we're going to go through a couple collections that I've picked up over the last couple of days, weeks. Really cool stuff that I get to share with you. Thank you so much for watching. It's going to be a little bit of a chill video. We're just going to hang out and chat. We've got some sealed product. We've got some full sets. We're just going to chat about the current Magic the Gathering market. Let's get to this first. Let's start off with the heat. A beta time vault in BGS 8.5. Edges down the 8.5. You've got centering. I don't know. I don't think that really matters, to be honest, on a card like this. You've got a BGS 8.5 beta time vault. Very hard card for me to value out. It's just the last solds on these have all had like inking or damage or bends, and they've been upwards of $1,200 to $1,500. But this came in, this one was actually cash, that somebody wanted. And yeah, this is a crazy card. I would probably put this at somewhere between, again, it's really hard to determine value of this stuff right now, but somewhere between $2,000 and $3,500. That's a big gap. But yeah, this is just one of those things that ends up in the collection until somebody's looking for one or something like that. But really cool time vault. A lot of people consider this like the 10th power. You tap it to gain an additional turn. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. A lot of manipulation you can do with this card. Really cool. Obviously, old school stuff. And then that also came with a couple of complete sets. You've got a great Homelands set here. I know that's what you guys wanted to see on the channel, was an MP Homelands set. And set collecting is a thing that's kind of dead. I haven't seen or heard of many people doing this anymore. Obviously, with the new Magic world, it's like impossible to set collect. Ooh, look at that Singer Bats. It's like impossible to set collect. Because there's just so many variants. I think we miss that in Magic the Gathering. I think we miss the old school collecting of complete Magic sets, and just going through this artwork makes me want to just sit down and put the stuff in a binder. I mean, like, I know the value of Homelands is so low, but look at that card. Grandmother Sanger. I mean, like, that artwork, it's so cool. Like, I know that you know, power creep in Magic the Gathering has ruined these old sets from being playable, and so nobody ever sees these cards. But man, some really cool artwork and some really cool, I won't even say the word collectible, because there's so little value in a set of Homelands. It's like $100 for a set or something like that. There's so little value in it, but it's just cool. And I wish that we could get back to a point where people got excited about collecting old Magic cards, or any really set collecting in general. It's one of the things I like the most about the new indie TCGs, is that the communities really enjoy set collecting. There's a Fairy Noble, cool card. I think that's reserve list. I don't know. Anyway, so really cool. You know, a full set of Homelands, and then what's this one? A whole set of, oh man, what is this set? Fallen Empires, baby. Of course it is. A full set of Fallen Empires. Again, no real value. This was actually thrown in to the deal with the beta time vault. Conchorn. So yeah, I know it's just really cool to look at the artwork and just really enjoy it. And so you don't get to do this all the time. But it's just cool. I wish people, again, set collected more. I think if people set collected more in modern sets, we would see more attention go to these old sets with the cool artwork, and that would be cool. And I think, you know, if I was Magic the Gathering, I would want that to exist. If I was Wizards and Magic, I would want that to be a thing where I would want people to want to go through and collect a full set. They just don't seem to care about it that much, to be honest. They just keep adding and adding and adding all of these different variants and really making it impossible. Look at this Goblin Grenade. Gosh, that card brings back so many memories. Goblin tribal decks were like one of my favorite things to build when I was first starting Magic. So yeah, cool. You know, I haven't set collected Magic because it was never a thing that occurred to me to do because of the variants and all that stuff. So it's kind of cool to have some old sets. And then we got some more old sets, but first let's get to some boxes. I want to talk about sealed product because absolutely feel that old sealed Magic is in the tanker, and that means that I start looking for it, because I don't understand how a box like this, I wrote down the price, hold on. I don't understand how a box like this is a 4th edition box, and last sold listings on a 4th edition Magic the Gathering box is $850. This is, how old is this? This is, it's before they had dates. It's before they put the dates on the boxes. 94, 95, 96. This is almost as old as me. It's almost 30 years old. And we currently have new booster boxes that come out and come to the market and sell, and there's demand at them for $300 for a collector box. I don't understand how old Magic product like this, which I believe to be highly collectible because there's so few of it. It wasn't created to be a collectible. It was created, I mean, you know, it's a collectible card game, but it wasn't created to be a sealed collectible thing. And now you have all these sets that are coming out, and I just think that this old stuff is undervalued in my opinion. And like, listen, I'm biased because this is actually the second 4th edition box I have. I would not sell this for $850. There's no shot. There's just no shot. This is like the type of thing that's just too cool because it's so old to sell. And so that's kind of cool. And I feel the same way for all the stuff that you're about to see in terms of sealed product. I also got a 5th edition box. This one's like $900, and like 5th edition, maybe it's less iconic, right, than 4th edition. Probably more of these exist than a 4th edition box. They had changed the seals. Magic was certainly more, you know, they had a hotline. It was more mainstream at this point. This is 97, so 4th edition I guess would be 96. It had taken off, and so these are, you know, I don't know. Again, I get back to the point though. It's still a 30-year-old box. It still has age on it, and this one's in really good condition actually, way better condition than that 4th edition box. And just for, you know, even just a draft experience for people and that kind of thing, I think there's a demand for this kind of stuff. And right now the market just seems to be free falling on all old vintage sealed product. And that's why I just was like, all right, yeah, of course I'll take this. Ice Age box. I actually sold my Ice Age box in the pandemic that I had acquired. And so when I was buying into other stuff, other games and things. And so it was really cool to get this Ice Age box. Ice Age is one of my favorite Magic sets. I just love, does this one have it? Yeah. I love the story on Ice Age. It's been many centuries since there was a war between Urza and Mishra. The battered landscape has become a frozen desert, and the creatures of the world of Dominaria struggle for survival. One society has risen out of the old cold chaos, defending itself against both brutal forces of nature and the attacks of nomadic tribes that have emerged in the surrounding wastelands. I just love it. Through it all, a twisted necromancer flourishes in the deep winter, intent on using his powers to keep the world dark and cold. You may have the skills to survive, but you have the spirit to withstand the icy wilderness of Dominaria's Ice Age. It's just like a cool theme, and man, I miss when they had that on the box rather than collector box contains all these different things. Like, I just love the old school flavor and feel. And again, why is this box $800? It's too, like, compared to current Magic the Gathering sealed product, this stuff, in my opinion, again, my opinion, not financial advice, it's just way too cheap. Homelands, you know, you saw the full set. Homelands is a weird one, 60 packs. Again, value of this stuff, this one's like $500. This is a really weird one. I'm not sure the same level of collectability exists for Homelands. This stuff was really very overprinted. But also the 60 pack thing, it just wasn't received well. So the nostalgia for a set like this doesn't exist as it does for like a base set or an Ice Age, in my opinion. But still, obviously very cool. A lot of this stuff came in as trade for beta Magic, or for beta sorcery, because people are exiting Magic to go to a card game that cares about the artwork, and a game that cares about the collectability, and they miss the old school stuff. So a lot of this stuff moved into beta just from people online, as well as locally. So really cool stuff. And then now we have the last complete set here. Actually, we'll go here. We got a Born of the Gods. This was the MTG online stuff. Born of the Gods and Journey of Nyx. I think there's like $150 in cards here, and like $100 in cards here. I think I'm going to try to sell these as a set. I've never had these come in, but I think we'll try to sell that just as a set. If not, we'll break it down for singles. We'll lose a little bit of money. But here's Mirrodin block, and this is really cool. So this is Mirrodin, Darksteel, and Fifth Dawn, the whole block, complete, near mint. Really, really cool cards. Obviously, we did a Mirrodin box opening a few months ago to celebrate, I think it was our 10,000 subscriber celebration. Obviously some really, really cool cards in these sets. Value of, I think, Darksteel and, let's see, I wrote this down too. The Fifth Dawn and Darksteel, the value of that stuff, not incredibly crazy. Let's see, Fifth Dawn is about $308 or $310. You've got a couple things. The Mycosynth Golem, that's kind of the highest value card in here, $35. But again, just really cool set. You know, Bringer of the Dawns. Like, these cards are so freaking cool. They're not going to see play because they're just like, power creep has really killed a lot of these old sets. Acquire, again, really cool cards. Plunge into Darkness. These are small sets for Darksteel and Fifth Dawn, and then it was a large set for Mirrodin. So just a cool, again, collectible piece. I'll probably put these in a binder, keep it for a while, look at it, enjoy it, and someday, Bringer of the Black Dawn. I'm a huge fan. I used to have when I was just started playing Magic, I had a 5-color Bringer deck, and it was just all the Bringers, and it was impossible to play. But man, when you got some of this stuff out, it was all kitchen table Magic. You just wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Here's the Golem. Affinity for artifacts, 11 costs. Affinity, artifact creatures suppose you have affinity for artifacts. So powerful. So yeah, iconic Magic timeline here. Really cool cards. And you just don't see this stuff come very often. So when it does, I always pick it up because, man, there's a finite amount of this kind of stuff. We get modern Magic in all the time. We very, very, very rarely see. All right, we're gonna get to another Bringer, right? Clark Clan Engineers, great card. Very rarely see full sets. Bringer of the Red Dawn. It just brings us such cool memories. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may untap target creature and gain control of it until end of turn. Creature gains haste. Like, when you're just taking your opponent's stuff all the time, so much fun. So, Relentless Rats. Anyway, really cool. Excited to pick that up. We'll go through Mirrodin and Darksteel too, for those of you who like seeing it. Darksteel, again, I think the value of Darksteel, it's in the $315 range, around that. So nothing crazy, but you do have like the swords are in Darksteel. So really good, cool cards. Aether Vial, the original printing, I believe, of Aether Vial. Really cool. Just cool cards. And again, just like, when are you going to see this come in as a set? In order to build this as a set, you got to order it on TCG Player. You got to wait. You're not going to get all the cards in good condition. So when it comes in, oh man, Blinkmoth Nexus is in this. When it comes in and you can just get it as a full set in one go. Darksteel Colossus, man, this was a powerful set. Darksteel Forge, all these very artifact centered sets, just so cool. Yeah, so anyway, at the end of the day, let's see if we can get to the swords. Mycosynth Lattice, first printing of that, really a card that has gotten better as time has come along. One of those things where these cards will come and go. They'll go up and down in price, for sure, because they'll get reprinted. Where's our swords? They'll get reprinted. But at the end of the day, the swords are, oh, there it is. Sword of Fire and Ice. Beautiful. I love that artwork. Sword of Light and Shadow. I just, that artwork, both of them, it just goes together so cool. Yeah, like at the end of the day, like these cards will come up and down in value because of, reprints and that kind of stuff. But as a set, as a collection, I think there's an inherent value to having things together like that a lot of people miss out on. And again, I wish Magic, and I understand why Magic has to print variants to expand their reach, and they have to compete with Pokemon and all these games that are putting out, really cool looking cards. I agree with that, and I think Chalice of the Void. At the end of the day, the reason that they do it is justified. Chrome Mox, there it is. Beautiful card. The reason that they do it is justified, but it does the downside of what they are doing with the variants is that people can't and will not ever, Isochron Scepter, can't and will not ever start collecting full sets. And I think that's a miss because it's, I think, a core tenet of what Magic used to be. Like, I think that used to be a thing where people would want to collect. So let's go through a couple more of these, and then I'll let you all go. Shatter, really great Pauper card. This set has so many Pauper staples, like so many cool. Solemn there he is, Solemn Smacklum. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you think about all these collections. Thoughtcast, again, Pauper staple. Tooth and Nail, great card. Let me know what you think about all these collections. And at the end of the day, people traded in a lot of this stuff towards sorcery, towards other Magic products. Some of them took cash, like this was cash, obviously. But at the end of the day, Magic collectors seem to be very afraid right now. And I think that that's silly, because I think the Magic the Gathering ecosystem is growing as a whole. And at some point, these people who come in for Lord of the Rings, they come in for Doctor Who, they come in for Fallout, they will start getting hooked on Magic. And this is Magic. I'm not sure it gets more Magic than 4th edition and, Darksteel and Mirrodin. Like, I'm not sure it gets more iconic than this stuff. And so for me, this was a no-brainer, but I would love to hear from you, your opinions on that stuff. If you're interested in any of this stuff, everything always has a price. Probably won't be selling many of the boxes. I do have another 4th edition box, so maybe that goes at some point. This, I don't have a beta set. That's not my jam. But just a really cool thing. So if you're interested in anything, hit me up at KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. And if you're looking to sell a collection, I should have done this at the beginning, hit me up there, KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. I'd love to see what you have. Have yourselves a great day. Be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.